Hello, thanks. Thank you for taking the time to join me and basically just share your journey and where you're at, where you've been, and your experience working with me. Basically, I'll just ask you some questions and yeah, you can just answer them however feels good, and yeah, we'll just go from there. Does that sound cool?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. So, yeah, the first question is, so why did you decide to start working with me? What were your main struggles? What were the things you were wanting to get help with?
I was in a real yucky place, real gluggy yucky place. I attempted in the last 3 years to lose weight, but I just had no energy in myself for that. And I knew I had to look into what was going on. I was overeating ridiculously. I put on 30 odd kgs in 3 years, and I'd never been this big. And I needed some help, and it wasn't the next fad diet or whatever. I needed some help. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know that was affecting a lot of different areas and the way you felt about yourself and just your relationship with food in general. So
Mhm.
when you decided to work with me, what were you hoping to accomplish when we started working together?
I wanted to figure out what was going on, why I was eating so much, um, why I was all about food. Um, yeah, why I was addicted to food, why I would shove it in my mouth and not even register what was going on. Yeah.
Yeah. So you really wanted to understand what was going on because obviously you knew that obviously you tried dieting in the past, or you just knew that that wasn't the answer. You needed to work through those underlying issues and
Yeah,
really address those things. Yeah.
that's
So
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you accomplish what you set out to accomplish?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And do you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
So has it been 15 weeks?
Yeah.
How long have we been?
I don't.
Nearly 8.
It's around that. Yeah.
Yeah. So about 3 weeks ago, I had a massive breakthrough. I thought I wasn't getting anywhere. I was following the steps. Um, and that was actually something that worried me from the beginning, that I wouldn't be able to figure it out. I felt like I'd blocked a lot of stuff out, so I wouldn't have the answers, and I knew the questions would kind of not push my buttons, but really make me think, and I didn't know if I had the answers. So I just went along and did the best I could. Um, and then, yeah, about 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago, everything just fell into place. And um, it's just a massive weight's come off my shoulder. I still can't describe it. Um, I feel a lot lighter. Um, there's tons of stuff that's happened for me mentally, physically. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. And you've been sharing all the wins with me, and yeah, it's been amazing hearing the difference between now and when we first started working together.
Mm,
So,
mm.
yeah, and obviously you said like you were just kind of doing the steps, doing the motions. When you were doing that and like unsure if it was really possible for you to get to a good place with food, what was kind of keeping you going? Were you kind of able to just trust that it was possible? What sort of things were keeping you going?
I knew I was going to hear from you and you were going to ask me more questions, so I had to come up with answers, and I really had to push myself. Um, the check-ins really just made me accountable. Hearing from you made me accountable, and it just got my brain um, getting, it made me curious, and yeah, I had to just dig a bit deeper, and yeah.
Yeah, and not just leave it at surface level. You had to really dig into those things. Yeah.
And I was able to, and yeah, um, I'm really happy with myself that I was able to do that. It was just consistency, the consistency that you encouraged me to have.
Yeah, and I know
Yeah.
when we first started working together, or even before we started working together, that was a hesitation of yours, was around whether you'd stick to it. You were worried that you'd just turn around and, decide not to, So that's,
Oh, yeah, just like with any other, I saw this as a weight loss program, and initially,
yeah,
and I wasn't quite in the place to lose weight, but I knew I needed to do something. It wasn't till the first session we had, I realized it wasn't about weight loss. It was about digging deep,
yeah,
uncovering. Yeah.
addressing those things that have been keeping you where you are and getting away from
Yeah.
that, basically. Yeah. No, cool. So, what was your experience like in my program? So, working with me.
Oh, I've really enjoyed it. I don't want to cry, but it's exactly what I needed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome. Cool. So, the next question is, how was your health? That doesn't make sense. How has your health been impacted in other areas of your life?
Oh, everything's working now. Um, I was finding it really hard to get around. My physical health is, I'm back to the getting back to the old me. I can move around with a lot more ease. I can run around with my girl. Um, mentally, I'm adapting what I've learnt in, how do I say this? So not just with food. I'm using it in all aspects of my life, and I'm seeing great things,
Yeah,
experiencing great things. Yeah.
yeah, that's
Mm.
awesome. Yeah, and I think a lot of the times we'll think that food is the main issue, and it can oftentimes, more than not, it really is just a symptom of other things. So that's why addressing those
Mm.
underlying causes is so important, and why when we do start doing that, we experience benefits in other areas of our lives, not just in terms of our diet. So that's really cool.
Mm.
Yeah. So would you recommend working with me to someone else? Why?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Um, if you're stuck and just can't make those moves, that's where I was. Absolutely, I'd recommend um anybody to come and join your programs. They're great, great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So what would you tell someone who is thinking about working with me but isn't quite sure?
Give it a go. Give it a go. Give you a call. Give it a go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sat on the fence a little. I kind of had to check it out a little, but I realized I knew, in hindsight, I knew I was coming to you. I just sat back and checked you out a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But go for it. That's what I'd say.
Yeah. No, awesome. Okay, cool. And also, with that being said, I, like you said about the call and stuff, just for anyone watching, I offer free consultation calls where we really talk about what your experience would look like, what your journey could look like, and that sort of thing. So if you're feeling unsure like you were, like, just book in a call and we can just chat about it. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, so is there anything else you wanted to add? Because that's all the questions.
I realized today that I wasn't sure how to honor my body. And for the last week or two, I've just been. I started off with a starting facial care, skincare, and that's just kind of excuse me, started the process of me honoring my body, and it's something that I haven't done before. I mean, I've used skincare, yes, but since working with you, it's I'm a new person, and I'm really enjoying that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And like I said, you've been sharing a lot of the wins with me and like the things that you're experiencing, the different things you're doing for yourself, and it's been awesome hearing about that. And yeah, just seeing the huge shifts and changes that you've had since we started working together is always amazing. It makes me feel great as well, just being able to help people like that, like you. So yeah, no, awesome. Okay, well, thank
Oh,
you.
one more
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
one more thing.
No.
So s- since beginning the program, I've lost 11 kgs. I know, I know it's never for us. We've never talked about where my weight's at or of what I've lost. It's not about that. But I am so proud to say that I've lost 11 kgs since starting the program.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we didn't discuss
Yeah.
weight at all. With some of my clients, we do. That is something that comes up, but that wasn't something that we were worrying about. We were worrying more about those other
Nah.
changes, and that obviously came
Yeah.
with that. So that's awesome to hear. Cool. Okay,
Yeah.
well, thank you for taking the time to talk to me and just share your experience with everyone else as well. Like that's really an amazing thing to do, even just to obviously it's to show people what it's like to work with me, but also it is to show people that things can change. You can get unstuck and like overcome those things that you don't feel like you can in those moments. So it can give people some hope and just inspiration really that these things are possible. So thank you so much for sharing.